Hello everyone. In this video we are going to go over MyBib.com, which is a citation manager and generator. If you're not familiar with what a citation manager is, it's a platform that organizes all the sources from your research, and it also can auto-generate your citations, so both your in-text citations and your reference page citations. You just have to copy and paste in the web address or manually enter in the information, and it will organize it in the appropriate fashion. I'm first going to look over here at the left-hand side, and this is what makes a citation manager great, is that you can create folders by project or by class, and it will group all your sources. You can enter in all your sources into that folder. So if I click Start New Project, and I could type in English 100, and I now have a folder in which I can put in all my citations. And if you create an account with MyBib, then over time, over your entire time at NWIC, and if you choose to go to continue your education after NWIC, you will have all your sources readily at hand. You don't have to go back and search for them. So that's really nice. And if you do choose to create an account, I personally recommend using a personal email. And the reason is because if you use your NWIC email and after you leave NWIC, you may lose access to your account or all your sources. So I would recommend using your own personal email. As you begin to enter in citations, there's one thing that's really important. Up here at the top, you'll see that right now it's in MLA 8, which is a citation style. Typically at NWIC, you will not be using MLA 8. You'll be using APA 7th edition. So I'm going to click on this. When I do so, all the different styles pop up. I'm going to click APA 7. And again, if you're taking a class at NWIC, you'll more than likely be using this unless your teacher says otherwise. I'm now going to show you how to add a citation. As you'll notice, there's this big old green button. It's also down here, Add Citation. Obviously, you'll click that. And when you do, a box will pop up. It has a few different options here at the top. The most common types of sources, typically. There's also a More tab, and then there's a lot more options. So you want to make sure that you're picking the right source. And I pulled up a source I'm using, an article about Natalie Diaz, who's an amazing Indigenous poet. And I want to use this article. And it's a website, so I'm going to actually click my URL and copy it. And this is one of the great things about MyBib. So you can paste the URL, and it will grab all the data it can find in the article for you. So I click Search. I'm going to click on the arrow on the right-hand side. Another great thing about MyBib is it recognizes when there is missing information. Or another way to put it is when there's information the generator cannot find, it will let you know. So it's asking me, it says it cannot detect a web page author. It's important when we get this warning to go back and check. And it looks like there actually is an author, Hope Wabuk. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Click Next. Date published. This is common. Sometimes the generator cannot find the author or the date. March 6th, 2020. I'm going to enter that in. Next. When it has all the information that it believes you may need, you need to go and check. This is why it's important to know how to write citations by hand, is because you need to know what the essential information is so you can double check it. And under here, I might actually put National Public Radio because I know that NPR .org, the website that published it, I know that that's the organization. You want to make sure you're thorough and that you're getting all the info that you possibly can into your citation. I have everything now. I'm going to click Save. I'm going to quickly do one more example. I pulled up a journal article from JSTOR, and we want to cite this as well. In MyBib, you can either use the title or you can use what's called the DOI number. And sometimes you can't find the article's DOI number with whatever database you're using, but sometimes you can. And in this case, I'm going to use that. Otherwise, I'd have to type in the title. I'm going to add a citation. And I'm going to go to Journal this time. It says DOI or Journal Article Title. I'm going to go ahead and paste. And that DOI, I'm going to search. And it pulls it up. And I now have two sources. A few things to note is here on the right-hand side, you'll see the three dots, and there's a few different options. You can copy individual bibliography and entries. You can copy the in-text citation. That's important. You can edit it, and you can also duplicate it, move it or duplicate it to another research project you're doing. Sometimes in another class you need to use a source that you had previously used, and that's one of the reasons that citation generators are great. You can also copy the in-text citation right here. Please note, if it's like a journal article, you'll need to enter in the page number of what you're referencing. There's no way for the citation generator to know what page you're referring to. Last and most importantly is I'm going to need these references for my reference page. Up here in the top right, you'll see the blue download references. You can click that. And there's lots of different options, but I prefer clicking copy paste. And then click the copy. I'm copying to Microsoft Word. I'm now on my references page in Word, and APA style I'm missing my page number. Make sure you put that in there. But for my reference page, I'm going to copy and paste what I had copied from MyBib. And as you'll note, it actually puts in the references. One thing though, I would make sure that it's the same text as the rest of your essay. And it does it for you, right? It has the hanging indent. It does it by alphabetical order. You'll want to give it one more look over and make sure all the information that's supposed to be in a citation is there. And if it is, then you are done with your references page. That was a basic overview of MyBib.com. I haven't gone over every single detail, but hopefully this is helpful in getting you started. If you do use this platform and have any questions or run into issues, you can email elearning@nwic.edu and we will be able to help you out.